Namaste, everybody. Hope you're all well today and doing the best that you can under the circumstances. Very challenging. So I thought yoga might be helpful, stuck at home. Maybe you're new to yoga, maybe you're an experienced practitioner. Hopefully there'll be something here that will either bring you some relief, some nurturing, some laughter. Laughing is a form of yoga. Gets that old manipuri there. If you're carrying a lot of, I don't know if you've ever noticed. I'm going on a waffle now. If you've ever noticed that if you have a really good cry, and I'm talking a boot snotty cry afterwards, if you have a huge laugh where so much where your belly hurts, it's the same kind of release. So maybe you just want to sit and watch me pulling funny faces, making funny shapes, and it provides amusement, whatever. If that serves you, then I am thrilled. Or if you would like to join me in a practice, you are more than welcome. So, who knew we're all becoming TV presenters? So we'll do the best that we can. Okay, so we're going to just come to a seated, comfortable position. That can be either cross-legged, or you can kneel. You could have a cushion under your bottom, or a blanket, anywhere that you feel quite comfortable, because we're going to take just a few moments now to ground down and to tune in to our breath. So I'll just give you a moment if you need to sort yourself out. And first of all, we'll just take the shoulders up to the ears, so rolling the shoulders up towards the ears, and gently just take the shoulder blades down the back. That just encourages the spine to be a little bit straighter, and the chest area, the heart area, just to open and expand a little bit, which allows more breath to come in, because if you're sitting like that, it's hard to breathe in fully, and what we want to really access now is our breath. Breath being the key to what links all of us, our bodies with our minds, calms the emotions, the breath of life. You've heard that expression, huh? The breath of life. Okay, so we'll start again. So take the shoulders up to the ears, gently roll the shoulder blades down the spine, and making sure that the chin isn't sticking out, nor is it tucked in. So the head's just sitting nicely, the top of the neck into the top of the spine is just as straight as is comfortable for you. All the time respecting the natural curves of the back. So we don't want to uber straight unless you're a world-class ballerina, of course, and that probably would be acceptable. But most of us normies, have just got natural curves in our back, which we want to respect. We're not trying to change anything necessarily. In yoga, what we want to do is soften, strengthen, release. So basically, if your skeletal system is the way that it is, I don't think you're going to change the bones. You can help in your bone health, but I don't think anatomically, if that's how you're structured, that's how you're structured. Anyway, I digress. I do that a lot. So again, head sitting nicely on the shoulders. And you can close the eyes if that's comfortable. Maybe it's not comfortable for everybody. So just have the gaze soft if closing the eyes isn't comfortable. If you need to keep one eye on me, I get that. And just wiggle the jaw. Good thing about doing this at home, you don't have to necessarily be aware of anybody else in the room, so it doesn't matter if you pull a funny face. And just move the eyebrows up and down. So the jaw and the eyebrows, we just want to check in the face and everything is nice and relaxed. Okay, breathing through the nostrils now. So the jaw isn't clenched, but the lips closed, lightly touching. Hands can be either in the lap or on the thighs. So just basically wherever you feel comfortable, palms facing up. Or indeed palms facing down, depending on whether you need to give to yourself or you're open to give or receive whatever energy. But intuitively It will feel comfortable. So just go with that. And just becoming aware of the breath now. So a natural breath. And being aware maybe of just a subtle movement of the chest as you breathe in. And bringing the awareness now onto your feet, however they may be positioned. And just wiggle the toes. Being aware of the point of contact that the toes are in the floor. And then maybe the calves up to the knees, the shins, just moving that. Moving them, I should say. And just clenching the buttocks together. Just being aware whether you're in a triangle or seated onto your knees, so that you're really aware of feeling yourself into the floor. Maybe taking your hands and just rubbing onto your hips in a downward motion. And then bringing the hands to where they're comfortable, or maybe taking a hand just to below the ribs, at the top of the belly. And we're going to invite the breath now, if it's available, because sometimes it isn't, to just be a little bit deeper. So bringing the awareness onto the diaphragm and just see if you can make some movement from there as you inhale. Noticing the subtle changing shape of the chest, following the breath all the way, as if there's a line going up through the center of the body. So we follow the breath all the way to the top of the head. And then just gently exhale. Again, following the breath, or imagining movement going down the body. And we'll inhale again. And just being aware of the very subtle movement of the rib cage as it just lifts up gently. Following the breath all the way to the top of the head. And then the roll as the exhale comes down, softening down, soften, soften, soften. Inhaling again. So we're looking to keep the breath quite slow and steady. And just feeling a spaciousness now coming into the chest, and maybe a lift. You're feeling yourself being lifted up as the breath comes in. And then with the exhale, maybe feeling the shoulders dropping a little bit now. Soft breath leaving the body, feeling a sense of softness. One more breath in. Feeling the chest lift, almost as if you're rising up. Shoulders lifting gently. And then on the exhale, like a wave lapping on the shore, As it turns, the body starts to soften. And the exhale, providing a sense of heaviness now into the body as you're feeling yourself moving down towards the earth. Keeping with that breath, breathing in again. Feeling the chest expand, feeling the energy coming in. Following the breath all the way to the top of the head and then exhaling beautifully, softening down. Soften, soften, soften. So now I invite you just to do a couple more rounds of breath at your own pace and in your own time. Just being aware of the movements in the body, the subtle movements in the body that the breath is bringing in. With the inhale, a feeling of energy coming in, and the exhale, a softness grounding down towards the earth. And then when you come to the end of the exhale of the particular round that you're on, just gently blinking open the eyes and giving yourself a moment just to adjust to the lights and the view that the eyes are now bringing in. So just a grounding breath to start with, breath being so crucial to controlling our fight or flight system, our nervous system, so bringing us down into the rest and restore rather than the fight or flight. The current culture of fear and anxiety, understandably, it might be needed now. So it's always good to check in sometimes through the day. How am I breathing? What's going on? I do that constantly through the day. If I'm start to feel a bit stressed or the mind gets a bit crazy, it's like, okay, where's my breathing at? And that very often grounds me down. Okay, so just rolling the shoulders a little bit now. Feeling a sense of movement there. So however that feels good for you, so you can roll them together, back and then forward or individually. And then just bringing the hands in front, we're going to rub the hands together quite vigorously, rubbing the palms, rubbing the thumbs, and then the fingers. Palms, thumbs, fingers, palms, thumbs, fingers, and then placing them in front of the eyes, just cupping the eyes as you inhale deeply. Take a deep inhale as if your eyeballs are breathing in. And then exhale. You can let out a sigh and make that audible. Inhale again. And exhale. This time, rubbing again, rubbing the palms, the thumbs, the fingers. And we'll do one breath, cupping the eyes, covering the eyes, and then we're just going to bring the hands over the face, down the neck, etc. So, palms, thumbs, fingers, place in front of the eyes, nice deep breath in. Let out a sigh. And then just taking the fingers quite slowly, just rubbing along the temples, down the face, across the cheeks, and the chin, coming down now onto the neck, back of the neck, onto the shoulders, feeling the fingers, separating the fingers, just down onto the forearms and the hands, as if you're washing your hands, like we've done that enough, haven't we? Onto the heart area, onto the belly, the sides, the back, the pelvis, all the way down, rubbing down towards the ground. And then the feet, giving them a bit of a rub. Soles of the feet, wiggling the toes. And then the other side. Giving everything a good squish. Okay, and then just shake it out. Shake it out, shake it out. Okay, so just adjusting the sitting bones now. We'll just do a warm up, a seated warm up. You only need to see the top half, and what I might do is do this in sections in case you don't have time to do a whole class, and then you can just dip into as and when. So this will very much be the breath and just a little bit of a warm up for the top of the body, and then we'll go onto the mat to do probably some standing asanas, etc. So we'll just bring the awareness now onto the chin. Inhale, and as you exhale, just dropping the chin now towards the chest. Inhaling again and bringing the awareness now to the back of the neck, top of the spine. As you inhale, just feeling a sense of spaciousness now coming into the top of the spine and around the neck. Inhaling again, just feeling spaciousness there into the neck, directing the breath to that part. Exhale, we soften down. One more breath, inhale, and then exhale. And then just dropping the right shoulder down to the right ear, and then we follow the chin, so the chin then ends up pointing towards the armpits. The opposite arm, just bringing that out straight. I don't know if you can see me. We'll stretch through the fingers, so spread the fingers. First of all, we're just going to nod the head gently 3 times. And then gently making some circle motions with the arms. So just a small circle, about 1 inch one way and then the other. And then just reaching through the fingers, we make a fist and we stretch the fingers. Make a fist, stretch the fingers, make a fist, stretch the fingers. Again, nodding the head 3 times. Keeping the breath slow and steady. And then finding some stillness, bringing the hand back into the lap. I'm just going to trace the line of the chest. Just being aware if there's any icky points that you feel as you move. We'll come back to center to start with. And then dropping the ear down to the other side, taking the chin now in towards the armpit. So it's almost as if you're looking to the side. We take the arm out to the side, stretch through the fingers, nod the head 3 times. And then just start to make a circle motion. Small circle with the opposite arm. Going one way and then the other. And then finding some stillness, stretching through the arm, and then we'll just squeeze the fingers together, stretch the fingers out, squeeze together, stretch them out, squeeze together, stretch them out. And gently nod the head again. Bringing the hand back now onto the thigh or into the lap, and just gently tracing back the muscles in the neck. Imagine like a violin and you're playing it beautifully, but some of the notes might be a bit ooh. So if you feel any tension, any tightness, just pause and lightly nod the head, and then bringing the chin will go all the way over gently to the other side. So the chin's following, dropping the ear, nodding, coming back to center. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale completely. Inhale again. This time start to lift the chin. Very gently keep the head moving. So you're taking the gaze all the way up to the ceiling. Just being mindful and only going to as far as it feels comfortable for you. And just a breath there, and then gently bringing the head down to center. Hi guys. And just rolling the shoulders again. Taking the arms now out to the side. You can't see my hands, can you? But my fingers are spread. And we'll bring the arms to cactus arms actually. So making sure that the elbows are aligned with the shoulders. You might want to be up there a little bit, or maybe you feel yourself down there. But if you actually have the elbows aligned to the shoulders, that's going to sort of straighten out to as much as is available for you with your back. It just makes everything a little bit more aligned. So just wiggle the fingers a little bit. And as we inhale, we're just going to come down to the right side on the exhale. So inhale, leading with the elbow coming down, trying to keep everything nice and aligned to the shoulders. Then coming back up, inhaling, exhale down to the other side. Coming back up. And then taking the left elbow towards the center and the right elbow pointing to the back. Again, we're inhale, we'll do that on the exhale. So inhale, exhale. You won't go very far at this stage, not unless you're like a weeble wobble. Back to center and then over to the other side. Coming back. Just bringing the arms down, just rolling the shoulders and the fingers and the wrists, the elbows. We're moving. I always think, I say this in my class, it's some of you who are old enough to know Tales of the Unexpected. Do, 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 do. So really just freestyle, anything that feels good. That's nurturing. And then we'll take the arms out to the side, the palms facing up. Inhale, slowly bringing the hands, lightly touching the fingertips together. Exhale, the palms facing down will come all the way down. Inhale again, reaching up, coming up. Exhale. One more, inhale. And exhale. Taking the palms now behind, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Pushing the chest forward, just take the gaze gently up. Inhale. Exhale, coming forward. I'm about to headbutt a chair, but don't worry about that. Come forward. Inhale, coming back up. And then just release again. Rolling shoulders, rolling, rolling, rolling. Okay, take the fingers, interlace the fingers. We're going to turn the palms so they're facing out. Squeeze. You should be aware or feel some movement there in the shoulder blades. So we inhale, we're just going to lift the arms up so they're reaching above the head. Trying to keep the shoulders nice and soft away from the ears. Exhale. Bringing them down. Inhale, coming back up. And maybe taking the wrists past the head if you can, if that's not too uncomfortable. Pausing there for a breath. Take the gaze up if you can. Or maybe you want to have the gaze forward. Inhale, lengthening through the spine, or imagine the spine lengthening. Exhale, bringing the arms down and just giving everything a shake. Whoa. So pumping the fingers, moving the wrists, moving the elbows, shoulders, forward. Okay, coming now onto the legs. So I'm going to come back a little bit so you can see my stinky feet. That's what I say to the kids when I teach in the kids class. So just moving the fleshy part away from the bottom. Bring the awareness now onto the toes, and we're just going to wiggle the toes forward, really squeeze them forward, and then stretch them back. Squeeze and stretch, squeeze and stretch, squeeze and stretch. And then bringing the awareness now onto the left leg, interlace the fingers, just lifting that under the thigh there. We're just going to lift the left leg up. And this time we're to rotate the ankle one way. And then the other. I don't know if you can hear my ankle cracking. And then taking the left arm onto the left knee, we'll just bring movement now, making small circle motions with the knee one way and then the other. And then the toes are flexed. Inhale, bringing the knee in towards the chest, squeeze that in. Exhale, extend through the heel. Inhale, bringing the knee into the chest. Exhale, extending through the heel. So you're pulling the toes towards the shin, and then gently release. Just give them a bit of a shake, and we'll go on to do the other one. So again, just wiggling the toes to start with. I'm clacking and cricking like Billy-O here. Interlace the fingers under the thigh. We'll just bring some movement now into the ankle. One way and then the other. And then the hand onto the knee, or you can hold the leg up if you're feeling really adventurous. Make sure you pull the belly in towards the spine there, because that's quite a lot on the core. And then we'll make circle movements with the knee, one way and then the other. You can wiggle the toes as well and bring the ankle into that. Then just below the knee, inhale, squeeze the knee in towards the chest, flexing the toes. Exhale, extending through the heel, pulling the toes towards the spine. Inhale, bringing that again in towards the chest. Exhale, extending. One more just for luck. Inhale, bringing that in. Exhale, extending through the heel, and then relax. And just shaking the knees up and down, placing the hands now onto the mat. As we inhale, taking the right hand now, bringing the right hand onto the right shoulder. We're just going to lift up that elbow, tracking it through so it points up to the ceiling. You can take the opposite hand and place that, holding that on. And taking the gaze up to the ceiling, and then just extending the arm, feeling a nice stretch there in the side as you inhale. Exhale, again softening down, always inviting the exhale to soften. One more breath. And the next inhale, we'll just turn the palm so it faces up, stretch through the fingers all the way up, stretch, 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 stretch. And then slowly bringing the hand down. Opposite side. So bringing the hand now onto the shoulder, having the opposite arm into the floor just to help support, lifting the arm pointing the elbow up to the ceiling. So the elbow is aligned with the shoulder, keeping the shoulder plugged in nice and stable, and then reaching that hand over, only going as far as is comfortable. And it might look like this to you, or it might be dead straight or somewhere in the middle. So how does it feel, rather than what you think you look like? So as you inhale, just noticing a sense there, stretch through the ribs, maybe pulling the belly in towards the spine a little bit. So the whole of the core is getting some action. And then as you exhale, we'll turn the hand, palm facing up, bringing the arm over and down, and just rolling the shoulders. And then we'll just come on to tabletop. I said I was going to do this in sections, but I'm going to carry on because it just feels right too. So just checking the alignment into our tabletop. So the fingers spread nicely into the mat. And just squeeze the fingers into the mat. And then just lift the fingers, pushing the palms in. And then rolling the weight. So you're feeling onto the fingers, and then see if you can feel the weight coming from the top of the palm down to the heel of the wrist. That's kind of where we want the action to be happening, so the poor old wrists don't get everything. So when you're placing pressure onto the hands, the fingertips, top of the palm, as well as the heel of the hand are supporting. The tendency is just to push it into the wrists and wonder why the wrists get really tired. So the hips are lined over the knees, and we're just going to gently tap the tops of the feet into the mat. And then taking a breath, establishing the breath. So inhale, feeling the belly drop, the chest expand. Exhale, soften. Directing the air down, out through the hands. Imagine it's coming out through the knees and the tops of the feet. Inhale again. And then exhale. So we'll just do a couple of cat and cows while we're here. So we inhale, we drop the belly, lift up the sit bones, taking the head. So pushing into the hands, exhale. Start to arch the back. We're going to make a C shape with the spine, bringing the chin now towards the chest, and see if you can feel the shoulder blades maybe separating a little bit. So you're pushing in, nice strong arms. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the sit bones, bringing the gaze up. And exhale, pulling the belly in towards the spine. Inhale, one more time. And exhale, pushing in through the hands. And then coming to a neutral spine. Inhale, we're just going to drop. Take the knees a little bit wider, the big toes are going to touch, take the bottom down towards the heels, and just start to walk the hands out in front. And maybe that's as much as you feel you need to go today, so you can just bring your fists up, place the forehead onto the fists, or with the forearms on the floor, the hands on the mat as you inhale. Exhale, see if it's available for the head to come down onto the mat. So either your head is supported by the floor or your fist or your hands. You can have your hands there just making a pillow. Wiggling the fingers into the mat, maybe moving the palms and the fingers up and down. Sensing the forearms resting where they are. And then gently just moving the head from side to side to the forehead there. It's nice getting a nice massage. Feeling tops of the feet and the shins, all held there. So nice in breath, cleansing breath in, full breath in. And as you exhale, just let out a sigh. Inhaling one more time. And exhale, letting out a sigh if you need to.